Good afternoon and welcome to another video of Eminem, Déjà Vu. Good afternoon, welcome to another video of Eminem, Déjà Vu. I couldn't resist. Okay, this one we are going to be, I promised that the next video I would record. I know I've had a couple of lined up here for you, but Unwanted Potato, we had a live video and I threw out a little quick fun game that whoever was able to give me a type in a word that I put on the screen, first person that got the word would get their pick on any song and any reaction. And Unwanted Potato asked for this Déjà Vu, and Matthias, a shout out to you as well. I promise I would give you a shout out on this one as well. But look, I'm excited. This video that we have here, that is a lyric video. It's got 19 million views. I couldn't locate anything that appeared to be a music video of the song. You know, so I know not all songs are going to have a video, but you know, Eminem, master of lyrics. Does he really need a video? Well, Rap God needed one, let me tell you that. But some of them, you know, are very helpful to have videos that help kind of contribute to the story. But of course, here today we have Déjà Vu without anything to go on as far as that's concerned. So let's jump in. Always love to hear more of what Mr. Marshall has to say. Man, here we go.
DMC, we have a mid-30s male found down, unresponsive, possible overdose, substance unknown, pulse is 60 and thready, respiration's 8, he's intubated and we're bagging him now. BP 90 over palp, patient is cool, pale and diaphoretic, has aspirated, GSC is 3, we'll update en route.
All bad words so far. Like, these are words you don't want to hear when you're in the back of an ambulance. You've aspirated, means you've inhaled some fluids, maybe any kind of even particulates in your lungs. It could be bad news. Sounds like it's referring to a female though. Hang on.
Respiration's 8, he's intubated and we're bagging him down, unresponsive, possible overdose, substance
back to go back
unknown.
to the beginning. Back to the beginning, here we go.
DMC, we have a mid-30s male found down, unresponsive, possible overdose, substance unknown, pulse is 60 and thready, respiration's 8, he's intubated and we're bagging him now. BP 90 over palp, patient is cool, pale and diaphoretic, has aspirated, GSC is 3, we'll update en route, ETA 10 minutes.
Man, is that something? Is that something that you want to hear someday? You took it a little too far, which is so easy to do with substances. Of course, this has got to be Eminem regarding his overdose. Okay, so let's continue on.
As I fall deeper into a manic state, I'm a prime candidate for the gene to receive the drug addict trait. Blood pressure climbs at a dramatic rate. I seem to gravitate to the bottle of NyQuil, then I salivate. Start off with the NyQuil, I think I'll just have a taste. Couple of sips of that, then I gradually graduate.
Yeah. Isn't that how it works? You just creak open the door a little bit, you know, just do this, a little something, no harm. NyQuil, who's going to get hurt over NyQuil? Yeah, maybe a little something, a little drink, maybe a couple of beers, this and that, or whatever. A little smoke, a little pot, you know. We hear a lot of things about gateway drugs. And I know some friends of mine that are completely satisfied with just, you know, doing pot, and they're managing it well and they're not going forward. But he talked about having that gene, that addictive gene. Man, if you've got that, you know, my father was an addict, alcohol, some drug abuse, but mostly alcohol, an alcoholic. But it's no joke.
Into a manic state, I'm a prime candidate for the gene to receive the drug addict trait.
Yeah, he's prime candidate for that.
Blood pressure climbs at a dramatic rate. I seem to gravitate to the bottle at night, well then I salivate. Start off with the night, well I got this have a taste. Couple of sips of that, then I gradually graduate to a harder prescription drug called Valium. Like, yeah, that's great. I go to just take one and I end up like having 8.
Oh my gosh. Continue.
Now I need something in my stomach cause I haven't ate. Maybe I'll grab a plate of nachos and I'll have a steak. And you think that with all I have at stake. Look at my daughter's face. Mommy, something is wrong with that, I think.
Okay. All right. I already had a series of pauses here. It's okay though. I know I can win you non-pause lovers over eventually. Wow. Yeah. I think that's just human nature. I think we all have our own vices. I got my vices, you know. All of us do, whether it be any kind of addiction, drug-related, work-related, just workaholic, sexual addiction, all of those kind of things all have that hook in us. And sometimes we don't think through the consequences of what's going to come after that, whether it be our own demise, a loss of a loved one, meaning they don't love you anymore because maybe they've discovered you're into something a little sideways. But yeah, it's like you don't think about that kind of stuff when you're just chasing after that thrill until it's just too late.
I have at stake. Look at my daughter's face. Mommy, something is wrong with that, I think. He's acting weird again. He's really beginning to scare me. Won't shave his beard again, and he pretends he doesn't hear me. And all he does is eat Doritos and Cheetos, and he just fell asleep in his car eating 3 Musketeers in a rear seat. Sometimes I feel so alone. I just don't know.
Sorry, that's so funny.
Like I've been down this road before.
Look, I've done marijuana. You know what I mean? It's just like, how do you do marijuana? What's another better way of saying that? I've smoked marijuana. You know what I mean? It's like, used to be on it. But it's like, it doesn't, hey, something's wrong with daddy. He's just sitting there. He's not talking to me. It's like, yeah, because you're launched somewhere else at the moment. Doesn't talk to me, eating 3 Musketeers in the backseat of the car. I mean, gosh. I'm laughing only because I can relate.
He just fell asleep in his car eating 3 Musketeers in a rear seat. Sometimes I feel so alone, I just don't know. Feels like I've been down this road before. So lonely and cold, it's like something takes over me as soon as I go home and close the door. Kinda feels like deja vu. I wanna get away from this place I do, but I can't and I won't. Say I try, but I know that's a lie, cause I don't. And why I just don't know. Maybe just a nice cold brew. What's a beer? That's a devil in my ear. I've been sober a fucking year, and that fucker still talks to me. He's all I can fucking hear. Marshall, come on, we'll watch the game. It's the Cowboys and Buccaneers.
Look, for those of you that are sober, you know, like if you've been sober for a period of time, you know what those hooks are, right? You go to a game, you go to a friend's house, they've got drinks, they've got barbecue going on, everyone's having a good time, all the fellers and ladies are having their beers and stuff like that, and you go in, and you've got that issue, and you convince yourself, I could just do one. I can't. You can't, right? That's what got us all into trouble to begin with, is when we start to convince ourselves, whatever addiction it may be, work related, you know what? I'll just work 1 hour overtime. I can be good with that. I'll just cut off at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll be done. You look at the clock. It's 9:30, 10 o'clock. I know a person like this, and then drugs too, or the sexual, hooks that, kind of just get you. Convincing yourself you can just have one beer, do one thing, it sets you off on that wild path to just falling apart and then becoming a slave to that stuff again, and you have to just go right back to the beginning. So my advice to myself and anyone else who would want to listen to me talking to myself would be, hey Chris, don't put yourself in a environment or a situation or at least be prepared mentally, to be mentally strong to go into that. And, you know, find a way, get a buddy, somebody that can help walk you through it, because sometimes you just can't do it alone. You just can't survive alone by trying to survive that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, interesting stuff.
Come on, we'll watch the game. It's the Cowboys and Buccaneers.
There you go.
And maybe if I just drink half, I'll be half buzzed for half of the time. Who's the mastermind behind that little line?
Right.
With that kind of rationale, man, I got half a mind to have another half a glass of wine. Sounds asinine, yeah, I know, but I never had no problem with alcohol. Ouch, look out for the wall, aim for the couch, I'm about to fall. I missed the couch and down, I go looking like a bouncing ball. Shit must have knocked me out, cause I ain't feel the ground at all.
Look, I love him, man. His lyrics, his rhymes, his everything. Darn it, it's so like this one's kind of funny to me because I can kind of relate, and it's just so funny. I don't drink, you know what I mean? I don't, you know what I mean? I think my dad kind of turned me off to the whole thing because of how much of a jerk he was to my mom when he drank. So it's like whenever I deal with alcohol or whatever like that, I just don't want to even deal with it. But anyways, it's like just a half a beer, I'll just be half buzzed, this and that. All of a sudden he's falling off the couch, hits the ground, doesn't even remember hitting the ground. That's so funny.
No problem with alcohol.
I didn't mean to say it's funny, but the way he's putting it together, it's comedic. It's very, very well done.
Out for the wall, aim for the couch, I'm about to fall. I missed the couch and down, I go looking like a bouncing ball. Shit must have knocked me out, cause I ain't feel the ground at all. Wow, what the fuck happened last night? Where am I? Man, fuck am I hungover and goddamn I got a headache. Should have a Vicodin? Why can't I? All systems ready for takeoff. Please stand by. Sometimes I feel so...
Did I say we should launched up? You're just like out there?
Alone, I just don't know. Feels like I've been down this road before. So lonely and cold, it's like something takes over me as soon as I go home and close the door. Kinda feels like deja vu. I wanna get away from this place I do, but I can't and I won't. Say I try, but I know that's a lie, cause I don't. And why I just
Wow.
I take a like it and splash, it hits my stomach then couple of weeks go by, it ain't even like I'm getting high. Now I need it just not to feel sick, yeah I'm getting by. Wouldn't even be taking this shit if Deshaun didn't die. Oh yeah, there's an excuse you lose.
Deshaun proof, right? I bet you guys didn't think I knew that. I've read it in comments. I'm learning. All right, so yeah, so proof flat spun him, you know. Got in a position where he relapsed and that kind of thing. And all you youngins out there, look at what he's saying, you know. So I take a Vicodin, splash it into my stomach, and then right, he's got that high. It's better never to get started in this stuff, you guys, because there will come a moment, like he's saying here, where now he's going after the high, and now he just needs it to get by, you know, and just to get normal. And the high factor is not much there anymore. It's the hook, right? So for some of you guys, especially some of you kids, that here's the old fart telling you what to do, right? Just throwing it out there as very kind advice. Don't ever let it get a foothold in your life to begin with. Stand strong. I mean, it's like there's nothing wrong with a couple of drinks and that kind of thing, but you gotta be wise, you know. Don't let that compulsion grab you. And if you feel that addictive kind of thing where you're really craving more, that's the time to kind of go, you know what? I need to be honest with myself and hold back. None of you are special. You're special to me, but none of you are special. None of you, including myself, can say, "Oh well, I'm different. I can handle it. I can handle another beer. I'm strong enough, right? Or I can handle this. I can see everyone else has problems or other people have problems with this addiction, but I'm special because I think I can rise above it. I don't think I can get it to affect me." That's the first lie you'll tell yourself, right? The second lie you'll tell yourself is, I could never get out of underneath this. I can't quit. That'll be the second lie you'll tell yourself. I can't quit. And you can. Much harder to quit than it is to get started and say that you can handle it. You know, a lot easier to just go, you know what, I'm just not even going to get into it in the first place and just not even deal with it. That's a lot easier of a decision than when you're strung out and you got a problem. Just saying. Love you guys.
Even like I'm getting high. Now I need it just not to feel sick. Yeah, I'm getting by. Wouldn't even
Withdrawals.
be taking this shit if the Sean didn't die. Oh yeah, there's an excuse you lose, Bruce, so you use this.
Yeah, excuses. Yeah.
New rules. It's cool if it's helping you to get through. It's 12 noon. Ain't no harm in self-inducing a snooze. What else is new? Fuck it, what would Elvis do in your shoes? Now here I am 3 months later, full-blown relapse. Just get high until the kids get home from school. Homes relax.
Ooh, there's that voice again. There's that background voice of, I think some of you guys said that that's shady or a demon or devilish, kind of the devil on one shoulder. Notice what he says here. He's saying that 3 months go by. 3 months goes by. Now here I am 3 months later with a full-blown relapse. It started with just like, yeah, I could just handle one drink, and then pretty soon you're just yeah.
Elvis doing your shoes. Now here I am 3 months later, full-blown relapse. Just get high until the kids get home from school. Homes relax. And since I'm convinced that I'm an insomniac, I need these pills to be able to sleep, so I take 3 naps just to be able to function throughout the day. Let's see, that's an Ambien each nap. How many value? 3, and that will average out to about 1 good hour's sleep. Okay, so now you see the reason how come he has taken 4 years to just put out an album. Beat, see me and you, we almost had the same outcome. Cause that Christmas, you know the whole pneumonia thing? It was Bologna. Was it the methadone you think? Or the hydrocodone you hide inside your pornos? Your VCR tape cases with your Ambien CR.
Yeah, you start hiding that stuff. Look, my dad, he used to cut vodka, right? So he would, my dad, when they were divorced, my mom and dad, and I'd go to his house on the weekends, I'd be sleeping on the couch, and then I'd wake up, at 7 in the morning or something, seeing my dad walk into the kitchen and pour himself a glass of vodka and drink it down like a glass of water. I know a lot of you guys can relate to that, right? And you're aware. I mean, you're smart enough to know it's like, hey, man, I'm kind of headed for disaster here. But it's like I used to see that in the way he'd be with my mom when they were married, and he'd cut the vodka. He'd drink some of the vodka down, add some water into it. It's clear liquid, you can't tell you cut it. And then he would do that just to kind of hide the amount that he's drinking from my mom. When you're hiding from it and you're embarrassed and you're trying to think ways through. I know I'm speaking to myself along with a lot of others in their experiences and my experience, that what I'm saying is kind of like profoundly true, because we all in our own way and our own vices have that hook, man. And I'm sorry for being so preachy on this one, but this one's really resonating with me. It's bringing memories of my dad, my mom, she had some alcohol problems. I got into pot for a while, and so it's like and I did the Vikes. I get a stiff neck, and I call in that extra refill that really wasn't necessary, just because the Vicodin was kind of sent you off, the Oxycontins and some of the stuff. And I know that I have an addictive personality, and I'm just being transparent with you guys. It's like I know that I can't do certain things because I know it's going to hook me. It's going to get me on a permanent level. And it's like anything else. We're all human, and we'll have our faults, but the wisdom comes in play where you can identify what's going on, and you can come up with a decent game plan to kind of help find a direction out. There's always a way out. There really is, even if you don't think there is. I've talked to so many people, and there's a way out. Whether you need to go to AA, go to church, go to a friend that's sober, you can have that mutual accountability, and allowing yourself to forgive yourself for falling off the wagon, and not getting frustrated and not throwing in the towel, but just going, you know what? I had a setback, but no more. I'm going to keep going. And yeah, I don't mean to preachy, right? I'm talking to you just as much as I'm talking to me. You know what they say when you point a finger at somebody, you get one pointing outward, but three pointing back. So this is a great reminder for me to stay in that lane and just be careful, because I could easily slip.
Taking 4 years to just put out an album beat. See, me and you, we almost had the same outcome, Heat. Cause that Christmas, you know the whole pneumonia thing? It was Bologna. Was it the methadone you think? Or the hydrocodone you hide inside your pornos? Your VCR tape cases with your Ambien CR. Great places to hide them, ain't it? So you can lie to Haley. I'm going Betty by Whitney, baby. Good night, Elena. Go in the room and shut the bedroom door and wake up in an ambulance. They said they found me on the bathroom floor. Damn, sometimes I feel so alone, I just don't know. Feels like I've been down this road before. So lonely and cold, it's like something takes over me soon as I go home and close the door. Kinda feels like deja vu. I wanna get away from this place I do, but I can't and I won't. Say I try, but I know that's a lie, cause I don't. And why I just don't know.
Yeah, it's like the lies we tell ourselves, man, and others. Yeah, I'll try. That's a lie. I'm not going to try. I know what I'm capable of, but I'm not. I love it too much to go. And all of us parents that are caught up in these substance abuses that have kids, and you're realizing you're doing that wicked exchange of time spent with the wrong child, the child you nurture in a substance or other vice that abandons the true child that you could be spending time with. It eats at you, man. It eats at you. We're near the end. I always, whenever I see that much time left, I always wonder, is there going to be another little... Okay. All right. All right. So, another song that I really like. Not just the lyrics, the chorus. I'm not sure if that's M on the chorus by himself, or if it's somebody else. It doesn't sound like M to me, so it might be somebody else that's backing him up on the chorus. But the hundreds of times that I've seen you guys all comment saying he's the master storyteller, he really is. I mean, when you think about what this man can put out there, and I'm going to get to 8 Mile soon. I'm going to watch that movie very soon. But just to see what this guy can do, and what he does, and this is why I continue to say he has a tremendous heart. He didn't have to put the song out, but I think that he really, really wants to, in a gentleman way, share his struggles with all of us and explain kind of what's been going on in his life, so that we don't have to make the same path mistakes that he's made, right? So with that, I wish all of you all the blessings in the world. I know it's easier said than done to just say, "Oh, just get off the drugs, or get off this, or get off that." I know, but there's always a way out if you want it bad enough. And like he's saying, "I'll try," but it's a lie. I'm not going to try. I'm going to just go and do my thing because that's what I want. So if you're in that mode where you're going, you know what, I don't want to give it up, then you don't want to give it up. It's like, okay. But to know of the sacrifices and the trade-offs for all of that, if the trade-off is good enough, you got a kid or whatever, you got to give yourself a chance to evaluate what is that piece that's going to help you. I personally, you guys all know I'm a Christian. I have a lot of help from the body at my church, the people there. There's something to be said about not being an island, because when you leave yourself to yourself, you're going to have those moments where you're going to convince yourself that it's okay to have that half a beer or whatever, and then 3 months later you're in full relapse. So I have tremendous respect for Eminem and what he does. I think he's a true advocate of health, keeping people healthy, giving people someone that they can relate to that's been through it. What a stand-up guy. Love him to absolute death. So thanks again, you guys, for joining me. I know this is a bit more of a preachy one. I don't mean to be like a soapbox guy, but I can only relate to this from a personal level of how it's impacting me. And I'm just sharing with you my background and some of the things that I've learned, things about myself, that I'm not special. I'm not immune to the grasp of this stuff in a life. And so, man, blessings to all of you. Blessings to Eminem. And I can't wait to see you guys again. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.